Good morning, America. Live from the Pheasant Park here in Sun and Fun, Portland, Maine. September 20th, 2016. It is about 11 a.m. here in Portland, Maine. Northern New England, coastal southern Maine, Portland, Maine. I'll give you a look around. This is Frank Margell. It's nice to be out and about with you. This is a freelance video, and you will find it at Frank Margell at youtube.com. I post on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. And if I strike a chord with you today, go right ahead and send me a comment. Thank you. I appreciate all the comments and shares. I'm not affiliated with any business or enterprise that you may see in the video today. I am out here in the public domain, and this is also a WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get. And I was filming yesterday from the Bedford Park, which is just across the intersection here in Portland, next to the University of Southern Maine campus, and you can see the School of Law over there, and I was discussing question 2, and today I wanted to get out and about with you today, of course, at the Pheasant Park, and try to show you the incredible flower power display here, as I call it, and go over question 3 on the Maine ballot. That's right, today's topic is the Maine ballot, and on the Maine ballot are several questions, 6 in total, and I've been going over them with you and giving you my political commentary and my point of view, and I welcome your comments and your point of view as well. So once again, if I strike a chord with you, go right ahead, and you can send me a comment at Frank Margell at youtube.com. Well, there's my tripod, and yeah, I still use a fanny pack. And so let's have a seat down here on the park bench, and I'm going to go over question 3 with you, as it will appear on your ballot. And I'm an early voter, and I will be voting very soon as the ballot is ready. Generally speaking, that's 30 days before the election. There's other ways to vote absentee, but generally speaking, 30 days before the election, you don't really need an excuse. You can just go to your city or town clerk's office or your election clerk in your area, and that's the way it is in Maine anyway, and request an absentee ballot for no particular reason, and vote. That is, I'm assuming that you're a citizen of Maine and you're registered to vote. And you could probably do all that in the same day. So let's get right to question 3 on the Maine ballot as it will appear. And once again, these are my comments, and I'm going to quote this, and you can check your facts. You can go to Maine.gov and look under the Bureau of Corporations, Elections, etc., and search under upcoming elections 2016, and you can get some information about what will be appearing on the Maine ballot, the ballot measures, and we're on question 3. So here we go. Quote, ballot question 3, quote, do you want to require background checks prior to the sale or transfer of firearms between individuals not licensed as firearm dealers, with failure to do so punishable by law, and with some exceptions for family members, hunting, self-defense, lawful competitions, and shooting range activity, unquote. I don't know if I did a very good job at reading that question to you, but it's long-winded, so I'm going to try it again just to see if I can smooth it out. Once again, ballot question 3. This is what will be decided at the election November 8th, 2016, right here in Maine. Maine ballot question number 3. Do you want to require background checks prior to the sale or transfer of firearms between individuals not licensed as firearm dealers, with failure to do so punishable by law, and with some exceptions for family members, hunting, self-defense, lawful competitions, and shooting range activity, unquote? Well, that's a big question. Now, I'm going to get into a little bit of political commentary regarding that question, and I'd like to suggest to you that you do your own facts finding. Yep, you search your own facts and you do your own fact finding, and I'm not going to tell you how to vote today, and I'm not going to tell you how I'm going to vote on this particular measure. However, as I have been running down the ballot, I have given many of these questions great pause and great concern, and I've been looking into them, and now I'm looking at question 3, and I'm asking myself, will this law make it more difficult and perhaps costly for law-abiding citizens of Maine to buy, sell, trade, or transfer their firearms? So let me explain to you once again why I'm pausing and trying to give this some thoughtful consideration before I vote. Again, will ballot question 3, when it passes, if in fact it does pass, will the law make it more difficult and perhaps costly for law-abiding citizens of Maine to buy, sell, trade, or transfer firearms? We're talking law-abiding citizens. And it's my humble opinion that if in fact this law does pass, it's going to make it more difficult for law-abiding citizens to exercise their Second Amendment rights without the government or the state of Maine or law impeding upon them. So, yeah, it could be more costly. And what else gives me cause, perhaps, is the initiative seems to be supported by some folks who have spent millions and millions of dollars opposing directly and indirectly the National Rifle Association. So I'm looking into this. I will make up my mind and I will vote absentee. But again, I find that the wording of this question and the manner in which it is presented on the ballot is giving me considerable cause, and I'm going to look into it a little further and then place my vote. However, I do not think that it represents the Constitution and the will of the people, especially those who are law-abiding. I don't think it takes enough into consideration how the firearms and the people of Maine have been traded, sold, exchanged, or transferred. I don't believe that there is a history in Maine of this being a big problem, and I might not be among the larger side of this question. I might be in the minority, I don't know. However, I believe that there is a problem with criminals getting a hold of firearms and using them to cause hurt, pain, death, and disorder in our cities and towns in Maine. I'm not exactly convinced that this ballot measure is addressing that. It seems to be targeting law-abiding citizens, in my humble opinion, and it doesn't clearly state in the question that they're targeting unlawful citizens. So it does impede upon the Second Amendment, and boy, I think the NRA has a point of view that I want to look into a little further on this issue. And that's the way I'm looking at this ballot measure, question number 3. Look, you have a great Maine day. We just, let's change the subject. Once again, you can send me a comment at frankmargell@youtube.com. I post on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. Let's change the weather. Yeah, change the subject to the weather, pardon me. And this morning, we had some dreadful fog. It was thick, it was some wicked thick fog, and it was rather dangerous and very precarious to get out and about this morning. But the fog has given way to, partly sunny skies and some humid conditions. We're quickly approaching 75 degrees, and the humidity seems to be ever present. It might get thick and sticky with this humidity, but right now at the Fessenden Flower Power Park here in Portland, Maine, that's what I call it. It's wonderful to be out and about with you, sharing my Tuesday morning here, September 20th, 2016, with you. It's really nice to get out and about. There's one more thing I'd like to mention. These flowers they're supporting a thriving bumblebee population here, and once these flowers are gone, they're going to be replaced with tulips, but we're getting closer every day to them being removed, and the good folks, the hardworking agricultural department and flower power department of Portland, Maine will be putting thousands of tulips in here for spring. But it's always a pleasure to get out and about and view Fessenden Park and remember the hardworking people of Portland, Maine, and those who serve this community. And I'm sure you have them in your town and your cities all across America. And with that, before we go, I would like to take a moment and honor our country by pledging allegiance to the flag. And if you'd like, please go right ahead and join me. And you see Old Glory up there? I'm going to zoom in. Takes me a minute to zoom in here. It's like right next to that tree line. See Old Glory up there? All right, here we go. Pledge with me if you'd like. I'd be honored if you would join me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. God bless Portland, Maine. God bless all the cities and towns of Maine and all the cities and towns across the United States of America. The one true banner of freedom right there. We have a great Maine day, September 20th. Tomorrow is the last day of summer. I don't know, maybe today is the last full day of summer. I don't know how that works. Go ahead and check your facts on that one too. Once again, live from Sun and Fun, sometimes humid and overcast, Portland, Maine at the Fessenden Flower Power Park. This is Frank Margell going over the Maine Ballot 2016, question 3, and giving you my concerns and asking you to send me a comment if in fact you think you need to do so. Thanks again, once again. September 20th, 2016. This is Frank Margell. Toe Tapping Tuesday. You have a great Maine day. And no matter where you are in the free world, I'll keep you posted. Take care. This is Frank out.